to chat. Open in web browser. We're in the web browser, Matt. We're in the web browser. We're doing the thing. Shall we talk about this thing?
Well, it's beautiful.
Scott Speed, who are you advertising for here?
It's beautiful. Trust me, I've driven it.
Who are you advertising? You love this?
Why?
You love everything about this? You love everything about that, don't you? Connor!
Why are the rear taillights 2D?
Dude, don't... Yeah, we'll get into that in a minute. We'll let some people swing in, and we'll talk about it. And we'll go over the stuff. Canton, what's going on? Sean! Michael, what up, dude? You get your Evo yet? Doom! Hey, hello. What's going on, man? I should probably move this microphone over here towards us so that way people can actually hear us talking. Probably work a little bit better, right?
It might.
It might. So, the day we've all been waiting for is upon us. It's here. Let's talk about it. Let's tell the truth. The car is booty. Yo. I'm not gonna make this stream a complete poop on the new WRX session, okay? That's not what we're gonna try to do here. And keyword is try on that. Keyword is try.
I'm leaving.
We're gonna try not to. Hey, what's going on, guys? Just got home from picking up the factory order STI Limited. Ooh, congrats. Very, very nice. Sup, Matt? Look at that. People are saying sup to you. Agents saying sup to you.
Hello,
what's going on? Well, hello, Matt. Everyone's saying howdy to Matt. Howdy from Maui. What's going on? Michael, WRX isn't the worst, but the rear bumper is. That's literally actually what we have pulled up right now is the rear bumper.
That's the part that confuses me the most.
Like we were looking at the rear bumper.
The front quarter view is not too bad.
And it's awful.
Honestly.
Hi, Matt. It's a Civic with a boxer. I haven't seen it. How's it going? Jeez, coming in early with the dono, Junior. Appreciate it, dude. At least I can say I'm more disappointed in Subaru than I am myself. Treat yourself, boys. Hey, appreciate the dono, dude. It's just... So, I made a video on a render that looked pretty much exactly, and I mean... almost to the T, exactly like this. What, a year ago I think we did it? I think it was a year ago I made that video.
Is that the one that they showed?
It's pretty damn close. That's it. I mean, that's the new WRX.
No, that is, yeah.
Yeah, that's just it in white.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. We love Matt. Who doesn't love Matt? The new
I love
Levorg
you
looks
guys,
so much better. I 100% agree with that. The Levorg looks 1,000 times better. Now, here is my problem. We're not even going to get into the car. We're going to talk about Subaru first. Here's my problem with this new WRX, is the amount of positive PR and marketing they are trying to put behind this. If you guys saw, I was going around on social media today and like poking at people and whatnot. I mean, it's what I do. It's just who I am. Like Bucky Lasek put something out and it was like straight up a copy and paste from Subaru. It was like, how much they pay you? How much they pay you to post this? Scott Speed.
Scott Speed came out with his test drive video, and he's like, "This thing's amazing.
Like,
you guys are gonna love it.
Like,
This
can we just get like an honest review from people on this thing? Like, from what I've seen on this, the big things. Overall, I'm not gonna say I hate the car. I don't absolutely hate it. I think there's a lot of missed opportunities from Subaru here. It looks like a Crosstrek sedan. That's what it reminds me of the most. Is a Crosstrek sedan.
Like I said, the image we have pulled up right now, the white one. That is like
Civic and a Crosstrek at a baby. That's accurate.
That's the angle of the car that I think is the most flattering.
You don't love this one?
No. That one's not terrible. I will not completely want to light it on fire.
What happened to this?
The picture of it from up above where you see the rear bumper sticking out like a foot.
Yeah.
Just in the lower section, like it was meant to be a diffuser, and then somebody was like, "Oh crap, we didn't finish it."
Yeah,
I mean, throw it on anyway.
Matt and I have been going back and forth on theories today with this thing. There's a couple things. I absolutely hate the plastic around the fender wells. Like, come on. I understand that, like this. I would have been better. I would have been happier with that. I like that more. That's the render that I think we looked at about a year ago. Everything's painted. It looks better.
It does.
And then we got this. It legit, that is such a bad angle of this thing.
Now, my question, too, is because they have the GT trim.
Which is this, which only comes with the CVT.
So is it just the GT trim that has the weird Crosstrek?
I don't think so. I think they're going to put it on all of them.
I'm going to start calling it Crosstrekery.
Because if you look back at what Plumber, appreciate the dono, it is lame. So if we look at what Subaru did in 2002 and 2003, the WRX came with unpainted side skirts, which is, it looks like they did that here because the side skirts are just the black cladding or the plastic on there. Same with more than half of the bumper, I'm going to say, is black plastic. It's not even painted.
More than 3/4 of the rear bumper.
Yeah, let me see if I can find, like, this rear bumper shot. Like, that is plastic.
I mean, that is a 2-inch part of the bumper underneath the trunk that's painted, and then just the very sides.
Okay, we're gonna go into this in like segments. So we're gonna talk about exterior, then we'll move to interior, and then we'll move into the FA24 stuff and our thoughts on that one, and we'll talk about that a little bit more. Exterior wise, just looking at it, I don't 100% hate it. Keep in mind that Subaru's using the global platform for all the WRXs, all the STIs, the Crosstracks, Imprezas, Outbacks, and Foresters also. They're all on the same platform at this point. It's all the same chassis.
Yeah.
So, I mean, technically, since they're all on the same chassis, are they the same car?
No, it's just chassis.
What, is the chassis code the same for them all?
No.
So, different chassis codes.
Yeah. Because what goes on top of it, it's essentially just the frame.
Yeah, the frame.
The frame and how the suspension and everything, geometry works.
So, exterior-wise, I don't completely hate it. From this angle, I don't necessarily mind it.
That angle, I'll be honest, I like it.
From this angle only. This is the only angle that I don't hate it.
It's like a Tinder date gone wrong.
It's catfished. We got catfish.
That is a catfish picture right
Plumber
there.
says, yo, Matt. Also, appreciate the dono, Plumber.
What's up, Plumber?
What do y'all think the bumpers are made of now? Probably ABS. Actually, you just fused bumpers together. What did they use for years? I bet you it's the same material.
Mine's PP, polypropylene.
A
lot of them have switched to TPO.
TPO plastic.
Which is a pain in the ass to repair.
Well, no one's going to be cutting their bumper in half and trying to weld anything on here.
I'll do it.
No one's going to be doing that. So, exterior-wise, this is really the only angle of the car that I don't mind. I hate all of the black plastic on the front of the car. I hate the black plastic going up and over the wheel arches. Hate the black side skirts. Hate how the rear diffuser is like all black.
You got to change the image. I like that picture.
Okay, here, I'll go back to this. Yeah, I'll go to this image.
I hate
this
it all
one.
too. You're
this
right.
One. It's just, like if they painted the entire car the same color, I wouldn't mind it.
Yeah.
But it just looks cheap. Keep in mind that you're probably going to be paying around 35 to 40 grand for this.
Yeah.
For a car that's not fully painted. It bothers me. Also, Connor, appreciate the dono, man. I'd take the Civic Type R look over this. Honestly, I kind of agree. This looks like a Civic Type R without the wing. That's what it reminds me of, like sort of like the rear shape of the egg portion in the back of the car. That's what it really reminds me of right there.
Yeah.
I'm not a huge fan of the body lines, how it kind of swoops up, and then it's like if we look at a VA. So let me pull up a VA. We'll do like a 2017 STI. We'll just pull that up. Images. Boom. We'll look at that one. That's comparable. The roof line on this looks a lot. It flows better in my opinion. It flows better than this. This looks like it like
has more of a trunk. That's like a fastback almost.
Yeah. It does look like a fastback. You have like no trunk right there.
Yeah.
I mean, you have a trunk and it's comparable.
The trunk is all in the deck lid and back.
Yeah. It all kind of like
the exterior trunk area is gone. I don't know if they did that for and that's when it comes down to Subaru as a company, like safety is their number one priority. So did they do that because the C-pillars are actually a better crash zone? So extend them the hell out to the tail and make no trunk?
But I also think that Subaru's trying to be a lot more conservative with styling, and they're not trying to be as aggressive as they used to. I've heard people say that this is the most aggressive WRX they've seen.
At the same time, I will say this is more aggressive, but it might be more aggressive in the wrong directions.
I don't think it's aggressive in the right direction because
it definitely has more aggressive lines.
It feels...
I mean, there's no circles to the damn thing.
It feels a lot... Oh, that is not a good angle. That is not an appealing angle.
Click that.
That is not a good angle either.
Okay, this is the angle. Move us.
Move us
so they can see. This is the angle that I saw that I literally what the F.
Why does it stick out so far?
It sticks out like 6 inches.
This whole section right here along the rear.
It looks like the car has a hemorrhoid.
What? No, don't take me to Reddit. Reddit's a dangerous website. This whole rear section of the bumper, it sticks out like 6 inches.
And it's not doing anything. It's like there's literally an unfinished
and it's not painted. Why is it not painted?
I don't know. It looks gross.
Missed in the reflectors. Like, the reflectors kill me. Like, I know Aftermarket's going to come out with delete for the reflectors, which I'm totally fine with. But what happened to this? I liked that. That was a cool concept. And then this. It's a Tinder date gone wrong. Exterior-wise, I just think there's a lot of missed opportunities. Let's look at the interior. Because I'm not a huge fan of it. There's certain aspects that I do like.
And this was one that... Subaru Motorsports literally just said,
This is with the CVT.
It's a driver-focused interior.
This is not okay. That's more driver focused. This is a very like.
This is a I
poopy
go
picture.
to shift into first and accidentally like
This.
mute my music.
This is
and
this
turn
is
my
the interior.
heated seats on.
This is the interior.
No,
That
that's Outback.
is that Outback.
Yeah.
Is that does say Outback right there? Wow, I'm a little special. Where's a good like interior? This one, they're all like blurry. There we go. What is this? This
Keep in mind it's true.
the new Subaru 2022 WRX. All right, whatever. It's right-hand drive. It's reversed. It's flipped right now. The center display, I cannot get over. It is way too big. Way too big in my opinion. For a car that's supposed to be driver-centric and driver-focused, you have way too much display right there. And have you seen the new 2-panel display? 22?
Yeah, the base model. So they had that same base model Harman Kardon, the double display on the Outbacks.
It's awful.
Well, it's a base model, but it is a
That
terrible system.
That-
It feels ugly.
audio system right there is the ugliest thing I have ever seen.
So freaking ugly.
It's so freaking ugly. Connor, appreciate the donut, man. We're in 2021, and by now we shouldn't have super huge pillars. I think the new Civic made theirs smaller. I could definitely see that. Interior-wise, though, looking at... Oh, this doesn't have the flat-bottom steering wheel like they were talking about. I guess this is more the style. It does have somewhat of a flat-bottom steering wheel. However, this center display is way too big in my opinion. For a car that's supposed to be, like, super driver-focused, I don't think it's driver-focused.
I would just picture if I had a manual, like, constantly punching the 11-inch display.
It reminds me... It's like a Tesla screen. Like, you don't need this. Like
I think it's just the demographic, and that's probably where they went wrong on this. Which is weird because they're heavily involved in social media, so they see everybody telling them
they
they're
read
stupid
our comments.
every day. Like there's like 1,000 people saying this looks like shit. You need to change it.
Yeah.
Like months and months and even years before this thing came out.
For three,
But they kept like
to
taking
4
little
years.
like were you guys surveying people at the mall? Just like 50 to 60-year-old people, and they were like, "That would be good."
See,
That's what I have in my Corolla.
I saw the pillar things come back up. The pillars actually don't mind me too much. They look comparable to a VA. They're not
Like I
much
said,
bigger than
if
VA
you
pillars.
just
Right
angle
here.
it slightly down, it's a good look.
We'll get into horsepower in a little bit. I want like interior. Here we go.
Yeah.
Interior photo. Where did you just? Yeah, view gallery. Why not? We'll go through the. Can I make this full screen? I can just. Boop, 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 boop. Okay, here we go.
There you go.
There we go. How do I go through the photos now? Where did I just go? Oh, I just have to go scroll down through them. This angle, I like the sunroof. I like how it still comes with sunroof. I'm a sunroof dude. I do like sunroofs. This angle, not terrible. Still a 2-piece hood scoop like it
The
currently
thing I
is.
see is the grill is
The grill is massive.
Okay, like we've talked about, because we're looking at things from the aftermarket perspective.
Front mounts.
And the one thing I didn't really like about the VA is when you put a giant front mount on it, the front mount sticks out more in like the upper grill area.
My ETS one that I had on the 17 wasn't even that big and it came up into the grill.
Yeah. And then it just kind of looks weird.
And then you've got this
exterior-wise.
whole portion of bumper that covers up. Most people cut
So
that out.
this is only going to have like
this.
2 inches of, say, a 12-inch tall.
Oh, that's not 2 inches. I'd say that's like 5.
And then we're going to get this whole piece here covering it.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's the same as the VA.
And you'll wind
now.
up with something that's going to be up
But
to
what,
there.
my question is, what's
And
with
you're not
this,
going to be able to run.
what's with the massive grill?
I mean, granted, they don't think about those things, and quite honestly, they probably don't care.
No, I mean, they
when
don't
they
care.
design the cars.
Well, that's the thing with Subarus. They don't want people modifying the cars because then they modify them, then they break them, then they blow up, then they take them back to the dealership, and then it's a Subaru of America thing. So maybe they're just trying to make it a little more not modification friendly, I guess, in ways that they can. I mean, if we'll get into all the electronics that they've added into the car in a little bit, but focusing on exterior stuff right now. I mean, off-road stuff, maybe it is just tailored to someone who wants to do off-road stuff, and the STI will be more like street car.
That's kind of what I was saying, is I think they're trying to differentiate their sales between WRX and STI.
Well, see, that's
More
what
this time around.
well, that's what they used to do. If you look at the GD chassis, WRX STI, 2 totally different cars. GR, 2 totally different cars. VA, they got so similar with the exception of the FA20 and the EJ. You could get an FA20 WRX with Brimbos, Recaros, all these STI parts to try to replicate as close as you can to an STI. Same bolt. Like, I liked with the GDs how they had so much differentiation. You had a 5-speed, 6-speed, different bolt patterns, different engines.
You weren't always, if you had the WRX back then, you had the WRX for a different reason. It wasn't, hey, I can't afford the STI, so I'm going to get the
you're getting
cheaper
it. Maybe
version of this
you
car.
wanted a 2-liter over a 2.5 liter.
Yeah.
But
It's just styling differences, especially with the GD, before both of them had the same facelift.
dude, the taillights are just one thing that I'm not I'm sure aftermarket. I don't even know how they're gonna do cool aftermarket taillights for that. I am glad. I do want to say this. I am glad that they did not extend the taillight all the way through the trunk like I thought they were going to. I appreciate the fact that they did not do that.
But I'd prefer if it was painted.
Well, I mean, everyone would prefer if it's painted.
I don't like that black.
But I mean, at least it's not taillight.
If it was,
I'm trying to look at positives here.
I actually liked how it extended through when it was red, like the tails.
Like that?
So
like
it
the
was kind
NSX?
of like,
That would have made it even more Honda-esque, though.
It already is. I mean,
so
so
if you're gonna copy someone's homework, go all the way.
Having a black bar there.
Josh, what up, dude?
A
Prior years had issues with cooling in hot temps. Larger grill, I could see the benefit from the radiator more. I could see that. We're curious if it's gonna have the active arrow flap things in the grills, like we've seen.
Yeah, like if you go to modify things and you wind up,
and then you have like all these like
from other systems interfering.
But then you run into issues like you said, front mount intercooler is gonna be tough to add. Mm-hmm. I mean, maybe they'll do piping coming up instead of coming off the sides. I'm curious to see what they do. Like, it's a big grill. It's a big boy grill.
Yeah.
Big boy grill. Are these all extra? The wheel. I'm not a fan of the wheels either. The whole like weird.
I don't know why they keep trying to go so complex.
I mean, I really don't care about stock wheels because if I buy a car, I'm gonna swap the wheels out anyways. But I mean, I do miss the times like GD STI BBS wheels, beautiful. GR STI BBS wheels, beautiful. I love. That's actually my favorite wheel Subaru's ever done. Is the GR BBS STI wheel. The VA BB.
The multi-spoke.
Yeah, that's the one that. Yeah, the one that has the two, not the Yankee ones.
Yeah, yeah.
And then the VA STI wheels, I liked also the BBS ones. Not a huge fan of the Yankees, but the Yankees do look better than these. Seats, I actually really like the seats. I will say that.
I'm sure the seats are going to be comfortable.
I will say that. I appreciate the fact that they're actually putting Recaros in there now. Even though these ones don't say Recaro, they said they were all coming standard with Recaros.
Yeah.
This one's the actual manual. It's just that center infotainment center I can't get. I'm not a fan, dude. It's too big. I don't like it. Seats still fold down as I... This looks exactly like a VA back seat. That looks exactly like the back seat I have in my VA, except with like different color stitching on fabric on the seats.
Probably even longer deck lid because of the shorter trunk.
Yeah. STI reveal should be this year, I think. And for everyone asking me if I'm getting another STI or the new STI, no. I already have two. If I get another one, I'm going to have to go to the doctor. That's funny. That's funny. All right, let's talk about the FA24 a little bit. There's not a ton of specs released out on this model of the FA24 yet from what we could find earlier. However, the power bump is so disappointing. You get 3 more horsepower with this FA24 than you did with the FA20.
So yeah, somebody had made the comment that kind of really put it into perspective that they increased displacement by 20% for a 1% horsepower gain.
You
no
went from
sense.
a 2-liter to a 2.4 liter, and you got 3 horsepower.
Like
granted, the
possible?
modification potential of the FA24, from what we've seen Prime Motoring play with, is pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
I still think the rods are going to be the weakest point of this engine. The FAs have offset rods. I'll see if I can pull up a picture here in a little bit. But they're not like traditional rods. FA20 problems, the rods end up bending when you start pushing them a little bit too far, so I could see that being the major issue here. The other major issue is more electronics. You have an electronic wastegate now. So hopefully Cobb, I actually don't know how far Cobb's going to be able to go with aftermarket stuff with these because of the fact that the EPA is coming down harder, which could make tuning.
I don't think the electronic wastegate's going to be that big of a deal.
Well, no, that's just an example. That's just one example.
Because like the the VR30 DDTT, whatever the hell out of what'll be in the 400Z. I'm pretty sure those have electronic wastegates, and like.
I mean, I'm sure there's. I guarantee there's going to be.
Those.
I guarantee there's going to be tuning adjustments that you can be able to do to bypass the systems. I just think it's going to be a little bit harder if people are trying to use Access Tuner with the amount of crackdown from the EPA because I know people are
super confusing.
Yeah. Also, good luck to anybody that buys this car and you go to take the J pipe off. Good luck. I'm gonna wish you good luck right now because those things suck. I'm assuming that they did not. If they did fix that issue, I'm all for it. But if you've ever tried to take a J pipe off of a WRX that has more than 5,000 miles on it, I'm gonna be super nice on that one. I'm gonna say 5,000 miles on it. Those studs and those nuts do not want to come off at times. So I'm guessing that it's still going to be an issue with this. Did they move? Is the ECU on this side now?
Yeah.
Interesting. I do appreciate the fact that they put a larger top mount here. and the fact that they fixed the throttle body location on the intake manifold so that way it doesn't wrap around under the manifold like the stock FA21 does. And yours does that too on your Outback.
But that's basically how the Ascent layout is.
I mean, this is basically an STI style top mount intercooler if you look at it from the prior gens, because throttle body comes straight down, and instead of the lower coupler actually probably comes off the same way right here, but instead of going down to the turbo right there, it's probably just wrapping down, which isn't bad. I would like to see, I highly doubt they're going to do it, but I'd like to see like Subaru come out with just a front mount intercooler on a stock STI like Mitsubishi did like way back in the day. It would be nice. It doesn't look that bad in black. I'm going to say that because the fender trims kind of blend in a little bit more. At first, when I first saw the renders of this car like a year ago, I absolutely hated the headlights. I don't hate the headlights as much as I thought I would after seeing actual photos of it.
There's just so many other things to hate.
I don't. Hey, they brought fog lights back. Well, I guess WRX has always had the fog lights. I got rid of them for the STI. Actually, hold up. I need to pull up a photo. New BRZ.
Man. Now that we keep looking at it and we're picking it apart, I'm starting to like it.
Get out of here. Get out of here. BRZ rear end.
Yeah.
WRX
they're
rear
the
end. Magma style. It looks like they just made them a little bit bigger for the WRX. Mm-hmm. Is this on the same platform?
No.
Since it's, okay, I was about to say, since it's a collaboration with Toyota, I didn't think it would be on the same platform. But it's just, I don't know. I see a lot of similarities between these.
There's certain angles of the car I like.
Certain angles.
Like if I block off, say, all of this.
Nobody can see what you're doing. If he blocks off all of this.
Then I like it.
Here, wait. I can just do this.
Yeah. Just put us in front
I'm moving the wrong window. I'm moving the wrong window, man. I'm moving the wrong thing.
No.
Oh, no. There we go. If we block off that.
Move it over a little. Give it a little more. There you go.
If we block that.
It looks good.
No, it doesn't. Look at that. I can see.
I don't mind. I mean,
the thing that I stare at is that giant reflector.
At the arches. I'm saying like the actual shape of the car.
The overall shape.
Because we can change the fenders. You can cut those bad boys off.
I do like cutting fenders off.
So. I mean, that doesn't look bad.
This angle, I do like this section right here, but it whoa! I didn't notice this earlier. Look at that. See how this body line comes back? Is this just a flat portion on top of the taillight, like a table?
Yeah.
Is that just a mini table?
I mean, it's probably not completely flat.
If that's flat, I mean, come on. Where's the other one of the weird... Back to the interior thing. I just don't like... What's this? Is this the e-brake?
Yeah.
I thought it was a handbrake, not an electronic e-brake.
Not when you get the CVT. Not when you get the SPT.
What? Oh, that's another thing that... Martin, appreciate the dono, man. If you close your left eye and then your right, the car kind of looks good.
You're right.
Here, so the other thing that bothers me, I've never been a fan of EyeSight. People like EyeSight. Melanie has it in her Impreza. I drive her Impreza around fairly regularly, I'd say. The EyeSight I turn a lot of the features off whenever I'm driving the EyeSight by myself, just because it bothers me so much. Like, I'll be driving straight down the road, and EyeSight will be like, I'll go through an intersection. It's like lane departure. I'm like, yeah, I'm going through an intersection. Like, there's no lane. What do you? Or the time, like, have you ever like pulled up to train tracks and it's like slammed on the brakes?
I almost hit a Legacy in front of me.
Yes!
When I had a loaner car one time because it was raining out.
Yes!
And the Legacy kind of like casually braked a little quick. And so I was just lightly on the brake, but not enough for it to really like be like, all right,
and then EyeSight's like...
And it slammed on the brakes on the railroad tracks. And because of the water, ABS locked up and I slid and almost hit the car.
I don't like ABS. I like ABS. I don't like EyeSight. I've never been a fan of EyeSight.
There's certain aspects of EyeSight I like, having tested it on like all the models.
Okay, now here's the thing for me. WRX, supposed to be performance, driver-centric, connected car, right? Mm-hmm. How many people do you think are going to play with this tablet when they're driving? Everybody. I'm not going to say, I'm going to say 80%.
That's already a huge issue. I'm like, if we're doing all these things like the driver monitoring system and... EyeSight.
You're trying to make the car safer.
Then why do we put
iPad right in the center of the display?
There, yeah,
it's a WRX. It's not an Outback. It's not an Ascent. Keep it simple. Like, I like technology. I think as technology advances, I do think it has a place to advance with cars.
Now it does. I'll let you keep going.
But I think that's just a little too much for especially a sports car. Like, even if you look at like GTRs, that kind of stuff, they have a nice gauge display set. and it is a smaller gauge display set that doesn't control absolutely everything about the car. It reminds me of a Tesla. I guarantee you. I can see it. That's AC, climate control, radio, maps, Apple CarPlay, everything crammed into that.
Yeah.
Everything. And I guarantee you...
They even work like your heated seats and stuff.
Yeah, and I know Subaru put safety features in that, but you and I both know, aftermarket side, people are going to find ways to bypass it, so that way it thinks that it's always going to be active, and then people are going to play with it. Mm-hmm. I already know what's going to happen. You know what's going to happen. I'm not necessarily saying people are going to crash, but I'm saying it's going to be very distracting for people.
So the one cool feature about that I do like is that screen where you can adjust the sensitivity of like all the
driver
features. Like you can adjust how much the electronic power steering assists. You can adjust the how much the ABS kicks on and traction control to different settings.
I like that because cool. I know in the aftermarket when tuning steps up and they start figuring all these things out, those are all going to be programmable features to be able to really dial in a car to however you want. Because if you look at the, 08 Plus with the SI drive system, you'd have Sport, Sharp, and Intelligent, and you can just change the map. So I guarantee you it's going to be something similar to that one. Yeah. The next one let's talk about, because you brought it up earlier, SPT. SPT, Subaru Performance Tuning. It's always been Subaru Performance Tuning, not Subaru Performance Transmission for a CVT that no one wants. Yeah. Everybody has hated the CVT.
Well, and people were bringing up the fact that the only reason why they call it the Subaru Performance Transmission, that's like trying to sell a shitty product by putting a fun name on it.
Well, they're
trying to resell the same shitty product by putting a good name on it.
They're trying to get the bad taste out of everyone's mouth with the CVT because everyone's had a bad experience with the CVT. I don't know anyone who's been like, wow, I love the CVT in this thing. The CVT in the Impreza we have, awful. Awful. Is Melanie, are you down here? Yeah. Do you like the CVT in your car? No. No, we're just talking about the CVT. We're not bashing on your car, I promise. Envy, appreciate the donor, man. Android and Apple CarPlay are wired only, not wireless. Recaro's only come in the CVT? Is that their way of trying to sell CVTs?
Wait, really?
Put Recaro's in them? Drop a like. Plumber coming in here with the police.
Wait. They don't have a CVT. Recaro's only come in the SPT.
Okay, yeah, the Subaru Performance Transmission.
Okay, it's a Subaru Performance Transmission.
Like, I've been playing with Subarus for 8 years now. I love Subaru. I like the brand, but I don't like this. I don't like this. And I think there's a lot of potential with the STI. I really hope that I looked on Subaru's YouTube, Facebook, Instagram today. I have never seen so many negative comments about a car in my life. And even when the VAs came out, the 2015s, I saw negative comments, but I didn't see this many.
This is actually painful to read through. Like, it's painful knowing that there's got to be somebody on the other end of that. Yep, who's probably getting calls and messages right now saying you need to curb this. You need
to fix this.
And
or
the
something.
Person that's like just hi little dog.
Imagine being the person that designed the car and then released it just to see all of the negative feedback.
What do you think of it, Jaeger?
There's got to be so many.
I bought you that you love.
There's got to be so many calls and emails going to that guy. Headlights, actually, I don't mind the headlights as much as I thought I would. I like the headlights.
Personally, I like them.
I think this portion of the C-light's a little bit wide, but, he was right, by the way. Recaro, CVT.
They only come in CVT.
Yeah, apparently the Recaros only come in the CVT.
That's a dumb marketing.
It's their way to try to get people to buy the CVT. Why not just replace it? You know, Subaru, Matt brought this up earlier. Subaru has a performance transmission. It's called the 6-speed with the DCCD. There's your performance transmission.
Yeah, that is the Subaru Performance Transmission.
Can you close that? Stop with the CVT. Put a DCG. What is it, DCG? Put literally anything else in
DCT.
it. Anything else in it. These are supposed to be functional also. I don't know how functional they're going to be, but they're supposed to be pretty functional also. Manual. Now we're looking at the manual. Do we get a side shot of the manual also? Fender, is this offset? Look, you get a nice place to put your coins. You can put your coins right there.
Nice.
I like how they used this as a marketing point too. It comes with a flat bottom steering wheel.
Driver focused.
Driver focused, flat bottom steering wheel. Nothing on the steering wheel looks like it's changed. Looking at it, this looks exactly like the steering wheel that's in Melanie's car and the Crosstrek.
Oh man. If my job is watching, don't hate me.
Junior, appreciate the dono, man. You think that this is going to drive up the prices of VAs? I don't think that. Thank you, DSG. I
No.
do not think that the release of this car is going to drive up the price of any other STI or WRX out there. There's so many of them. If you look at how many VAs they made Subaru made so many VA chassis. I don't think it's going to drive up the price of VAs at all. I don't think it's going to drive up the price of any of them, to be honest. How is this like 6? That looks exactly like the current one. 6-speed. It's not even the good 6-speed.
I think it's just the aspect of we kept it.
We kept the manual. Oh, okay. Hold up. I want to go. Hold up. I want to pull up Subaru's YouTube and look at this because it's not good. I just want
all the comments.
I just want to look at some of the comments on Subaru of America's YouTube. Okay, actually, hold up. We can watch the video as we go through this. We'll watch the video. Why not?
I actually haven't seen this whole thing.
You haven't seen this whole thing? How many dislikes? 711. That's not a good like to dislike ratio.
Rally tradition.
And the majority of them driving this car, it's all off-road also.
Race inspired.
Race inspired. Here's the thing. Let me pause this right now. You see how he just did that? You see how he's drifting in the dirt? Matt, if I bought a new WRX and I took it out to the sand dunes or any other place and I sent my WRX as hard as I could through this off-road stuff and it broke, you think they'd cover that under warranty?
I'd get you right in, buddy, but...
It's abusing the car, isn't it? No wonder the 19 to 21 STI used is already over MSRP. I mean, that's just the car market with the chip shortage.
Yeah.
But I appreciate the donut also, David. Look at that. They put fun music in it. The orange. I don't like the orange. WRX.
That pause.
Oh, hang on. I can go back.
Slightly back.
I can go back right there. That's
With it folded like that and me not seeing the rear, that is a cross track.
That is a cross track.
You can't convince me
Look
any
at.
different.
Did they lift this for that, or is that
No,
stock
it's
height?
just the body roll.
That
So
is-
it's got more.
That's a cross track. That's a cross. Subaru, this is a cross track.
I mean, my brain thinking it's a cross track turbo right now. I'm like, that's
A
dope.
cross track turbo would be dope. If this was actually a cross track, that would be dope. A turbo cross track. People have been wanting a turbo cross track
If they
forever.
just marketed this as the new Subaru WRX for anyone who wanted a turbo cross track
Call it
sedan.
no, just call it the Subaru WRX Crosstrack Edition.
But then everybody would have been like, oh, cool. And then if they like released a little PR thing
That's
that was
true.
like, by the way, if you guys like the current WRX and STI, wait for the STI.
That's true. That's true.
Don't dog this too hard. Emily's starting to cry.
Stop. 271 horsepower. So you're telling me it went from 268 to 271?
You're damn right, buddy.
4 liters. Am I wrong on that? What is a 2021 WRX horsepower? And images. 268!
You're damn right, buddy.
268! From an FA20 to 271 in an FA24. Stock to... Bro!
But okay, let's just say.
But
we gotta start doing positives. So no.
I'm really trying to
But
look
the
at the positives
positive
here.
note is they said that the torque curve is lengthened.
I want to
and
see.
improved.
I want to see a map of it. I want to
Which
see.
means
I
that maybe
wanna
it is
see the
more
torque
fun
curve.
and exhilarating to drive.
Rip. Wait. Omi says Rip World Rally Blue. Are they not doing WRB anymore? Oh, are they not? I haven't seen a single World Rally Blue one yet.
Either way. That might become an STI only color.
It might. Okay, hold up. I want to pause on this real quick. So, FA24 WRX, 271 horsepower. We've seen a 3 horsepower bump. Everyone is guessing, everyone has been projecting or guessing that the new STI is going to make around 400 horsepower. I have been saying for the past year that there is no way Subaru's going to do a 400 horsepower STI. With seeing numbers like this on the WRX, I am guessing that the STI is going to be 330 to 337, specifically 337 horsepower crank. That's my guess.
And I'd have to agree.
It's not going to happen. Everyone who's like
They're not going to make a 4-cylinder
400
make
horsepower.
400. I mean,
They're not going to.
they have one that does, but it's made by AMG,
And that's AMG,
and that's a very expensive engine.
That is true.
And it's not a boxer, and it doesn't have the same rod to stroke ratios and everything else.
Now, I understand that these two cars I'm about to compare two totally different classes, but they're around the same price. The new Z, we talked about this earlier, new Z, 400 horsepower from a V6 twin turbo. There's no way they're going to do 400 horsepower in a flat 4 They're not going to do it. It's not going to happen.
No, single turbo flat 4 is not making 400 where a V6.
STI, I see a guess for
capable.
317. What do you guys think the STI is going to be at? It's not going to be 400. I 100% guarantee you.
Because Subaru themselves have never stated
A power
they
figure.
plan on it being 400.
No.
It's been the media and everyone has pushed that just amazingly out of proportion, just like they did with the WRX. It was
STI will
mainly-
be a 4 horsepower boost.
Yes, that's what they meant.
And
We translated wrong.
Here's what something Matt and I were talking about earlier. If they really wanted to push this FA24 WRX and STI platform, they should have made the WRX make just as much horsepower or over 300 horsepower around STI figures on the EJ to say, hey, the FA24 is coming out. It's more than capable of keeping up with the EJ, if not being better than the EJ.
Yeah.
That doesn't...
The FA24 and the WRX should have made STI numbers.
At minimum. For the WRX.
That way they could have said, hey, this is the baby one. The baby one's now doing what the big brother was doing.
Yeah. What is the big brother going to do
And then
now?
it would have hyped everyone up and gone, oh crap,
Whoa,
what's that one gonna do?
FA24, new WRX!
And then if the STI came out and it was only 330,
Then-
they would have been like, well, it's still more than the WRX.
I can almost guarantee you, if the WRX would have made over 300 horsepower, people would have liked it more. They would have been like, I don't care about styling. It's got a engine that's a lot more capable. But
I think it was just a lot of like,
it
until finally that.
and I
then,
totally get the fact that Subaru's working under EPA constraints. I totally get it, and they're shooting for emissions. However, you could have done a little bit better. You put a larger engine in there. You gave it more displacement. You could have thrown a slightly larger turbo on it.
What weirds me out about it is the numbers they always come up with too, like the fact that it's 271 instead of like 270 or 275 makes me feel like for some reason on putting that engine together and putting it on a engine dyno and trying to get whatever type of tuning they did out of it, they were like, that is the safest area. 272 would be too
272
too dangerous.
It's just too far.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Where somebody's
Maybe
like,
I mean
275 look
maybe
better?
they're trying to keep it down. Who knows? I don't know. All right, we'll keep going through the video.
271 horsepower.
Dirt. Hold up. I'm just gonna pause for a second. They act like 271 horsepower is a lot. Okay, moving on.
A new electronic
Well, they always act like.
delivers a near instant flow.
I'm okay with the electronic wastegate thing. People will probably go to external wastegates.
We're doing really bad at like watching this, but I do want to add another thing.
They put reflectors in the rear wheel arch. They did.
The BRZ, how much does that make NA?
The
new one?
Ooh, that's a good one.
Because wasn't that pretty up there at this point?
How much horsepower does the BRZ make? 205.
No.
Double check
It's
that.
2022.
200. Oh yeah,
It's a
yeah.
new-
My bad.
yeah.
My bad. 2022. 2022 BRZ makes 228. The WRX only makes damn near 50 horsepower more, and that's me being generous.
43.
Yeah, 43 horsepower more, and it's got the same engine. They put a turbo on there, and it made 43 more horsepower.
So I mean, yeah.
Okay, all right. We'll leave it back.
I think with that aspect of it, the BRZ is going to be a more fun car to drive.
I agree.
100%.
258 foot-pounds. How much did the
And a
2021?
fat power band.
Dude, they're trying to use hip
Fat.
lingo. They're trying to use hip lingo, man.
208.
How much torque? It didn't change in torque. 2021 WRX 258 foot-pounds of torque.
But the
258
torque curve got better.
They didn't change the torque. Hold up. This is what I don't get. FA24, 3 more horsepower, no change in torque. What
What was the point?
I don't know.
Why didn't you just keep it at 2?
I don't know.
And then use the 2.4 for the STI and make it
hold up.
worth a damn.
We'll keep.
Sorry, I'm not mad.
No one's mad. All
We're
right.
getting worked up here.
Handling
But
is
look
the
at that.
sharpest and most stable lever in WRX. The suspension is track tuned for even tighter control.
They say track tuned, but everybody's gonna take
Are
those
you
off.
ready to roll to the grocery store and get shit on by a Civic while you're taking your kids out?
See, this is what Subaru keeps focusing on: stiffness, which I agree. The new chassis is stiffer, but people don't care about more stiffness.
I'm gonna be honest to you. In current terms of things, in stiffness of chassis, you're never going to use the 20% increase in roll stiffness
No.
on your roads.
No.
So it isn't a big deal.
Stiffens 20%. Functional air vents aid high-speed steering
Sure. Okay. I'll give you that.
But if you speed in it, then it's not.
Okay, hold up. I want to pause on this because I can already foresee this changing in the STI. Matt and I talked about this earlier. WRXs, FA20 WRXs, newer Imprezas, I believe Crosstracks. I think all of the newer Subarus don't use hydraulic power steering anymore, except for the STI, right?
Mm-hmm.
I can guarantee you they're going to get rid of hydraulic steering in the new STI, and it's going to make... I'm not a fan.
Tanner, I'm going to tell you right now.
They're going to, I know.
Knowing what I know about these cars, that the FA series is the reason why it doesn't have...
I know.
You're not going to have a pump on there.
I know. You're not going to have a power steering pump. It's going to be electronic. That's one thing I've always loved about the STI.
But you might not mind it when it has the ability to turn it the hell down.
I've had 3 FA20 WRXs, and I hated the steering in all of them. Hated it.
They feel like they drift a lot more.
They don't feel good.
More immediate response.
But there could be a change. I mean, it's a newer electronic power steering rack, so...
More of stiffness. Subaru, you're getting stiff. Okay, side profile, I don't completely hate it. I just wish it was painted. That's all I'm going to say right there. We're going to keep going.
28% more torsional stiffness. 28% less torsional
Stop!
stiffness in your pants.
Subaru, the cockpit's designed for drivers. What? That looks like I'm going to Walmart to go pick up some bananas.
Bananas!
Dude, it's just, no. It's not a driver. It's not a driver-centric cockpit. It's a daily driver.
When they say that, if they could have it on, like... Because you know they'll have some sort of monitoring screen. Like the upper display did in the VAs.
Yeah.
So maybe the whole thing can become a monitoring screen, and... I don't know, I'm kind of wishing...
I'm trying to give it the benefit of the doubt.
Drivers. Standard 6-speed manual transmission.
Cool.
D-shaped steering wheel to connect you to the road.
Sure.
Dope.
Aluminum alloy pedal cover.
Who in the marketing team was like, we have to make sure we get the fact that we have aluminum alloy pedal covers in the video? That's one of your selling points?
How long has it been that they haven't?
They always have. Well, I don't know about FA20 WRXs. All of my STIs have had those.
But WRXs. Like the GDs didn't.
The GD, They you buy the pedal sets for him. Also,
But,
David, appreciate the dono, man. More like they are giving us all the stiffy to hit easier regulations. I'm just so curious at who at Subaru was like, we need to make sure we get this as a selling point in the video. We've got these people for 4 minutes and 48 seconds while we put this video out.
Can I just pause real quick? And hey guys, a little bit lower than aluminum alloy pedal covers. If you look at that real fine print, it actually says available
on select models. It's not even standard.
Oh no!
Oh, all right.
Look over the standard features.
How much do those cost to put on a car?
$500.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. All right, we're moving on. I do like this. I do like this area of the dash. I will say that. Don't hate it. I don't like how the thing just drops off right there, the cluster.
I'm gonna say personally, I mean the little like nipple vent mover guys.
Nipple vent mover
remind me of the circular vents in the GDs.
I could see that.
With the ball.
I don't hate it. I don't hate that.
But I don't really like the shape, but that's nitpicking.
11. Do we have a tape measure in here?
It's basically 12 inches.
It's a foot. Yeah, you're right. What am I doing? Okay, so wait, I want to go back to what they had on the display right there. A little bit more.
To try and show somebody how to work this.
Okay, so what do we have? We have Subaru Starlink, phone, apps, car info, settings.
My Subaru.
What is that one? Map,
radio, media.
I don't see a performance section.
Well,
there's a second.
It'll be under car info.
Would it?
Yeah.
All right. Wait. 11.6-inch touchscreen available in select models also.
Yeah, because then you
the standard is awful. Harman Kardon available in select models also. So they're still using their crappy speakers in, I'm guessing, all the base models. Basil, the Seagull. Hey, appreciate the dono, dude. Stock STI motor had great comp and leak down. Hey, glad to hear. Glad to hear we got a healthy engine over there. To be honest, I actually don't mind my Harman Kardon system. Will you open the door to let him out? Small dog wants to go be free.
Well, I don't know why they kept letting you.
I don't know. Just leave it cracked. EyeSight and CVTs. Wait, what does this say? Automatic transmission models only. EyeSight is driver-assisted system that may operate optimally under all driving conditions. The driver is responsible. Okay. I was trying to see if it stated CVT or not in here, because they've avoided calling this thing a CVT like the plague.
And smoother operation.
The music just gets me going, dude.
Now we do in fact have confirmation that it is a CVT.
Gives drivers another
Wait,
take
hold up.
on the GT trim gives drivers another take on the all-new WRX. Its track-ready Subaru performance transmission gets you
We do not recommend racing your vehicle. Racing will void the vehicle warranty. Boom! They put it right there.
They put it in there! We do not
Anything-
recommend racing your vehicle. Racing may void the vehicle warranty. Why are you doing all this stuff in your marketing then?
Your entire marketing scheme is around the fact that this thing can now apparently drift on dirt and do a whole bunch of
And
bullshit.
then you just put a disclaimer
But by
right
the way,
there.
if you buy it and don't drive it like it's a goddamn Camry, it's voided.
So, all right, hold up. We have built this performance car. We've added a foot-long display in there, and we're showing you that you can mob it off-road and on the back roads. However, if you race your vehicle, say bye to your warranty, pretty much. And they can see that. They have all of that in the black box info in the car. They can see everything you do. Also, Alexander, appreciate the dono, man. That's something that I don't think a lot of people understand is with newer Subarus, especially, does it go back to GDs for the black box or is it GR and up?
Anything OBD2.
Anything OBD2 has the black box in it, so they can see if you're driving this and you're like beating the hell out of the car. It's whatever. I'm saying it. If you're driving it and you're beating the hell out of it, I don't think people fully understand that it does record information. It's like it's like a black box in an airplane. See your warranty and maintenance booklet for details. If you do race the vehicle, do it safely and lawfully on approved racing tracks. Drive responsibly. This is a very confusing statement. It's saying...
But keep in mind that if you do race it on racetracks, your warranty...
But they're
is
saying if I do
just-
race it, just do it safely and lawfully. But we're going to void your warranty if you do it. Alright, we'll continue.
action with paddle shifters.
Paddle shifters!
Boom! Boom, baby!
Automatic downshift.
Okay, I will say I don't like the CVT, but I do like the fact that they added this. When I test drove a 370Z a couple years ago, it had the auto downshift blip. It was in a manual transmission though, and it was nice.
Yeah.
But Seagull, appreciate that. Basil, now part of Ringland Preservation Society. Yes.
A 444-1 final drive ratio for engaging performance.
Not terrible.
Aggressive.
An 8-speed manual mode.
Stop trying to make it sound like your CVT is a manual. Stop.
And advanced shift logic.
Advanced shift logic.
Shifting is rapid.
50% faster.
Can you
What?
pause?
Yeah.
So if they made all these adjustments and it is a CVT and it has the advanced shift logic and stuff, are they going to is there a chance maybe there could be an update of some kind that could be put on the older version CVTs to make them have slightly more advanced
Probably
shift
not.
logic?
If you update the TCM in your transmission on your FA20 WRX, warranty gone.
Oh yeah.
Guarantee it. 50% faster when downshifting third to second gear only. So this is only between
But it's
second and third.
30% faster upshifting second to third.
Here's the thing that gets me about that. Why can't they just be honest about their marketing? Don't put 30% faster upshifts because everyone's going to think it's 30% faster upshifts and 50% faster downshifts between all gears when you just told us it's an 8-speed CVT. I'm going to keep calling it a CVT. When right there it says 50% faster when downshifting third to second gear, 30% faster when upshifting second to third. What about fourth to fifth, fifth to sixth, sixth to seventh, seventh to eighth? Because apparently it's an 8-speed now, right?
Because back then, I mean, all those gears were fast as fuck.
It's just just be honest about the marketing. This is misleading. It's all the misleading information pertains to the CVT stuff. It seems like.
A dedicated oil.
My thing is all of the positives that are being, and again, we are at this point bashing this. We're
Well-
lighting it on fire, but I'm.
It's constructive
I'm sorry for
criticism.
that. Yeah. It's
constructive
hopefully 2023
criticism.
will be your year.
Well,
It's up. I won't say it's upsetting. It's a little kind of
disappointing.
laughable that during this whole thing, any of the cool topics that they put up in bold all have little highlights that all say
Disclaimers.
by the way, this isn't
Yeah.
nearly as cool as we're making it out to be.
They've been hyping this car up for 2+ years now. 2+ years. Like, it's going to be the greatest WRX or STI. We don't know about the STI. It's going to be the greatest WRX ever made. So far, it seems rather disappointing. And for the price tag, too. I don't think they've officially released the MSRP, but I'm going to estimate the MSRP probably falls around $35,000. Roughly. Without dealer markup. Because we all know dealers are going to mark these up. I don't know why.
Well, if they even get any. I mean,
Gerardo, appreciate the donut, man. When is your ST17 STI going to be ready? You are killing me, man. We're just waiting for Kyle to be able to get some time so that way we can finish fabricating the oil pan, the intake manifold, all the other stuff that goes along with that 6-cylinder swap in that car. So it's coming soon. I promise. We're just focusing on the 05 right now. But anyways, back to this. We'll just go back in the video because I don't remember where we left off.
Helps keep the transmission going strong.
Stan, any disclaimer on that one? No disclaimer. Nope. All right, so they all have a transmission oil cooler, it seems like. I don't like this.
This is the weird one, yeah. This
I
is
don't
the weird
like
one
this.
we were touching base
What
on
are
earlier.
what is all aftermarket car people do when they modify a car? Coilovers or bags, whatever your cup of tea
that
is.
That is one of the first mods anyone does that tries to make the car
That's
better.
going to throw some interesting not even a check engine light, just a light. It's going to throw some interesting lights or like codes in the car. Someone will probably come out with like a resistor you can plug into the connectors to make it think it still has electronic adaptive dampers and whatnot, but I don't understand.
It's just another step. That's
It's just another... This is the thing that we were getting at. Is they're putting so many excessive electronics in the car. They know people are going to modify these cars. And it seems like they're intentionally trying to make it a little bit more difficult for people to modify them. Or maybe they just want people to buy them and leave them stock and not touch any of the electronics. I can tell you this. Tearing apart the chassis of my 17 STI and going through the entire chassis harness, the loom and everything, there's a lot of CAN sensors in that car. CAN bus, and just all the communication sensors that communicates with everything. That I would not want to dive into. I would not want to tear something like that apart. The 17 was torture enough, but trying to figure out sensors and wiring in that thing, no.
Stiffen the action for your favorite road. Recaro front seats
Where's
are
the
set.
disclaimer?
Drive mode
Alright.
select sets up your steering.
That.
Yeah.
That. So what do we have? We have comfort, normal, sport, sport plus, individual. I'm guessing is like a personalized setting.
Yeah.
So where you could like adjust all this. I think it showed all of the settings if I can pause it in the
Drive
right
mode
spot.
select sets up your
Yeah, it does.
So okay, so this one I saw like comfort.
So
we
power
have,
unit, steering, suspension, all-wheel drive, eyesight, and climate control.
you know what I don't like about this driver mode select? Your climate control and your eyesight are worked into it. So granted, eyesight's only going to be on the CVT model. Why does my climate control need to be worked into how I'm driving the car?
I'm not really sure what the hell climate control would have to do with that.
I don't see it. It's hideous. Subaru wants me to buy a Z. I'm right there with you, Andrew. I want to buy a Z also. I like the new Z. I like it a lot, actually. People hate the front end. But...
the climate control's on there, and literally all changing it to sport does is turns off AC.
Yeah, that's how you
turn
get your
AC off.
271
Oh,
horsepower. You turn off AC.
Yeah.
Your hands in the stop!
There was another one.
I know this dude's hand is right in the way.
Get out
Subaru!
of there! Click.
I can't. It goes back 5 seconds if I do that. Okay, so we were just on that one.
But we want to see.
Right there. Okay, so eyesight dynamic. I don't know what eyesight said.
Why does he never change?
The only thing that I've seen. What does climate control do?
If you click and pause again, I think it shows all of them.
Oh, I just made it full screen. Whatever.
Dang it. Okay.
Sport. They just say sport. Stop. Ah!
Man, this is difficult.
Okay, sport sharp.
Okay, so the power unit is like the
Steering.
SI switch.
Okay, so steering, 100% electronic. You can adjust the steering. I'm curious if that's actually going to do anything. Because here's the thing that I've seen, like especially with like Sport Sharp, and Intelligent, this didn't do anything but change throttle percentage. So what is that actually going to do with this? Because this, in reality, didn't do anything.
Sport makes it like way more.
Slow down the speed. Oh, you're a genius. I forgot we could do that. Playback speed.
Pause.
All right, so we got...
That said dynamic. We got them all.
That says dynamic. So this setting is just dynamic? I'm guessing for individual. Does it show?
No, like each one of these has a different thing. So power units, the Intelligent, Sport Sharp. Steering has a comfort, normal,
Okay, hold
and
up.
sport.
Hold up. What if I want to be in intelligent mode, but I want sport, dynamic, and... What? Climate control mild or normal? What does that even mean?
I don't know.
What is mild?
I don't actually know. I don't know.
Okay, let me...
I have no idea what that would mean.
Okay, I'm focusing way too much on this. Let's keep going through it.
And other key functions.
Eco. Oh, okay. Eyesight Eco? What is Eco for eyesight? once again, focusing too much on it.
I don't know. Can I find this road wherever you filmed this?
Probably in California. I don't like the orange tangerine. From this angle, yeah, I still don't like it. I'm sorry.
Konoji
Why
headlights!
are they called Kanoji?
Konoji!
Kanoji headlights.
Give me the Konoji!
I don't understand why they're called Kanoji headlights, but, you know, to each their own.
Magma design!
What does that mean?
Taillights.
What is magma design? How does this... Because it's red?
You ever seen, like, where you got two clumps of ice like this and then lava's just flowing over it and kind of trails along the edges of the ice?
Do you even read your live chat? Yes, I do normally, but we're trying to go through the video and then go back to the chat. Normally, I am all about the chat and I only stay in the chat, and then I get way behind on everything else. But yes, I do go to the chat. I'm just trying to get through the video first.
Okay, let's...
All right, we'll just let the video play. We'll just let the video play and then talk about it.
Improve aerodynamics.
Aerodynamics.
Engineered surface.
They time warped that.
They did.
The WRX GT comes with a style all its
GT,
own.
Mustang GT, WRX GT, same thing. We're just gonna let it play. We're not gonna pause it anymore.
Oh, they've only shown the GT, right?
I think so. I think that's the base model.
No, the GT is that.
Whichever
One of the highest
WRX
rated.
you choose.
Oh, is
But
it?
it's only a
With its
CVT.
long racing heritage.
God, stop trying to push the CVT on us.
Experience the all-new 2022 Subaru WRX.
Oh.
The rally legend for the next generation.
Go back to the drawing board, please.
Okay, now you gotta touch on positives.
All right, positives. They made a new WRX. No one's driving this off-road, true. And pause in 5, 4, 3, 2.
Kanoji means L-shaped.
Oh,
Oh.
okay. Learning something new here. Oh no, Kanoji in Japanese means U-shaped. It means it's a shape.
Okay.
I've heard L and U at this point. I ain't selling my WRX for the new one. The new one is such a disappointment. Dude, look at... Have you guys read the comments on Subaru's... Oh, there's my... I like how mine's the first one that came up. Why did it take so long for Subaru to get us a cross-track sedan? Avoid my comment! Can we just appreciate it, that it still has a handbrake? Okay, there's a positive. The non-CVT has a handbrake. There's a positive. I can feel the values of previous generations WRX spiking. That's a positive.
Subaru team really sat in a room, looked at this design, and said, "This shit looks fire. Sell it." That's
U-shaped.
positive.
Okay, it is U-shaped. Kanoji means U-shaped. Multiple people have verified it at this point. It is U-shaped. Gotcha. I'm keeping my EJ. Listen, I've owned every generation of WRX with the exception of a GC because we never got them here in the US. I have driven a GC WRX. I've had an 02 WRX, an 05 STI, like 3 or 4 07 STIs, an 06 STI, an 08 STI, an 11 STI, an 11 WRX, a 17 STI, like 3 17 WRXs for some reason. Don't know why. I will say, Lifelight, I like it. Haters will hate. Wait till people start modifying it. I'm totally open to see what people do in the aftermarket. I think they'll make it a little bit better, but I don't know. People, when the VA came out, people were mean on it.
Yeah, and that could
But
be...
this is like mean. This is the coolest looking Honda Civic I've seen. Nice to see Honda making an all-wheel drive. Mitsubishi better bring back the Evo one day and actually push Subaru. Not gonna lie, even after 3 bottles of vodka, 2 hits of weed, and a car crash later, it looks pretty cool. The comments in here are brutal. Like, I feel bad for, like, the design team who's seeing all this. Like, I'm not gonna say that it was, like... There's things I like. Okay? We'll see when the STI comes out. The horsepower figures and the torque figures, a little bit disappointing. Styling-wise, I think they could have changed a couple other things to make it a little bit better. 2021 WRX. Let's just pull up a photo and have it in the background, and we'll go through comments and talk about it a little bit more. That's a beautiful picture of it. I'm sorry, I'm being critical again.
Go back to the blue.
This one? This is the render. It looks a lot like the render.
I mean, it basically is the render.
It pretty much is the render. That's the render we saw a year ago also. You know, but here's the thing. The render came out a year ago, and everyone commented on it, but Subaru was like, no. This photo of it, I actually don't mind. I like that.
No, that is the most
That's a
flattering
good. That's a
angle
good.
of the
It's a
car.
good photo of it. A design team most have dropped their glasses. Maybe they were just having. Maybe they just were having an off day. Can you mod the stupid fender? So what I saw someone say earlier is we could probably guarantee that those. I guarantee you those fenders are probably like push clip on.
The cross-strikes are.
Yeah, so they probably just like pop clip on. Someone's gonna come out with a color matched aftermarket option. The only thing that I don't like is just give us a one piece fender. There's nothing wrong with them. They've been great for years. The plastic on it just looks a little cheap in my opinion. If the plastic was gone and it was all one color, I think this would look a lot better. Give me the Levorg. If they brought the Levorg here, I'd buy a Levorg instantly. I don't even care if it's a CVT. I would manual swap it. I love the Levorg. The Levorg is one of my favorite cars that Subaru's come out with, and we never got it. It looks beautiful. It's a beautiful looking car. Styling is rough. Headlight, too small. I'm going to be honest, when I first saw the render of this, I hated the headlights, but after actually seeing them here, I don't mind them. I don't mind them too much. How did they... This came out like a year ago. And
That's damn near it.
And this is like... How did... Yeah. That's damn near it. And that render was out like a year ago. Mm. Happy to own my 05 STI. This new body style is terrible. I don't think the body style itself is terrible. I think there's opportunity to make it look good. I think having a unicolor bumper, just one color bumper, getting rid of the plastic side cladding and the plastic rear bumper, I think it would look a lot better. And the side skirts. I think if it was all color matched like a normal... If they did this, where it was all one color, I think it would look a lot better. I will say that it does add some nice contrast, which I'm about. I just don't like all the plastic up here and going around it. I'm just not
I
a
think
fan.
the general shape of the car is...
The general shape is okay up until I see it from this angle.
I mean, that could just be body roll.
It could just be body roll.
Seeing just the trailing edge where it's almost a fastback.
It's not body roll.
No. Yeah, the almost fastbacky.
I don't like
rear of it
this
is kinda-
rear section
kinda
of it
interesting.
right there. I'm just not a fan of this rear section of it. Fun Times with Souls. Hi, Dad. If you need to pause and see if that rear quarter panel is a shelf. I'll see if I can find any closer. It looks like a shelf to me. It just looks like a flat piece of like body panel. The Levorg showed the design directions a year ago. That it did. Wait, so WTF, how the fuck are people going to put coilovers on these cars with electronic dampening? That's what we were talking about earlier. So I think if people are going to do any type of like coilovers or air suspension, they're going to have to trick the dampening system. Some type of resistor, some type of system to make it think the dampers are there when they're actually not. Or they're going to start producing coilovers with adjustable dampers in them, and then you can expect coilover prices to go up to like $2,200 to probably $2,500. Real
TN does it.
TN's done it. They have had that EDFC controller out for their coilovers for years. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't like the orange. In Omi brought this up earlier. I haven't seen a single World Rally Blue one, so it could just be an STI only color.
Mm-hmm.
Could be. Taillights are not winning. I agree. The taillights.
The taillights and the back bumper.
This is the render that we got. That's pretty much it. That's the render. It's close. It's
close, but that does look funny.
This doesn't look.
I mean,
that looks a little bit
think
better.
what you just showed looks funnier than the actual
This?
car.
That does look
it's
a little
real,
funnier.
like,
I'm trying to find like a rear end photo. 22 WRX rear end. I don't like the taillights. They're very BRZ-esque, and I didn't like the BRZ's taillights when they released them.
I think it wouldn't look bad if it had the more square.
They need more dimension. Like you said earlier, they're very 2D.
Yeah.
They're 2D taillights. Electronic suspension will probably be a high trim option. That's good if it is. Then I'll just buy. Then if anyone wants one, just buy a premium. Buy a premium model. Looks like we're getting the 400Z. I mean, I have had plans to get a 400Z when it comes out, especially for the price range. If we're estimating this WRX to come in around, we'll say $35,000. You're getting a $35,000 sedan, all-wheel drive sedan that makes 271 horsepower, 258 foot-pounds of torque. Look at the 400Z, probably what Nissan's saying around 40,000. There's going to be a dealer markup on that one for the first year, probably.
It'll probably be like another $5,000.
Yeah, so we'll say 45,000 with dealer markup. without dealer markup. We're going to nix that for a second because I guarantee you dealers are going to mark that up at first with a chip shortage. People are going to try to push those as much as they can with a markup on them. $35,000 for that, which isn't terrible if you want a sedan, or for an extra $5,000, you could get something with 400 crank horsepower. It may be a coupe and it may be a Nissan, but you're getting a V6 twin turbo. For me, I would get the 400Z, but if we're projecting this to come in at about $35,000, I'm projecting the STI to come in. Looking at prior WRX to STI price gaps around $10,000 extra, you're probably looking about 45 to 50. I'm going to actually say like 47.5 base price. And the STI is probably going to go up from there. Probably the highest trim option for an STI will probably go to like 55,000. Something. 55 to 60, depending on what trim level you get.
Yep. That's
a lot. Like, I don't want to say that STIs and WRXs were always made to be an affordable car, but they were not $60,000, $50,000 cars. Like, that's just absurd. For 50 grand, there's a lot of cars you can buy. A lot of cars. You're going with a lot of competition. Isn't the Z the same exact chassis as what? I don't know as what. Bring back Evo. We were talking about that earlier today.
Yeah, I thought they were talking about working on
weren't there
Evo.
rumors of like the Evo 11 being in the works or something like that? Bader's just saying hi, everyone.
Hi.
Everyone say hello to Bader. Bader, I gotta put the stuff on here and go do the stuff for you later. At that point, I'm getting a Tesla 3 or Y. A Tesla would be fun. We saw P90D earlier. P90Ds are fast cars. They're fun cars. It'll start cheaper than 35 in my opinion. We'll see. I mean, if it does start cheaper than 35, it comes in at like 30. I think that would be a more acceptable. I know how we can compare this. 2022 base price. Prius BRZ. What's the base price of the BRZ? 30 grand. If we're looking at a base price of about $30,000 for that,
it's going to be 32 to 33.
I'm guessing it's going to be 33 to 35 is my guess. Because that's always been a couple $1,000s cheaper. You're looking at $29,000 for a base BRZ. They've always been a couple $1,000 cheaper than the WRX has. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to guess 33 to 34. S. Carolina, appreciate the dono, man. For that money, I would rather own a Volvo S60R. I don't blame you. Volvos are dope. Volvos are cool cars. They're luxurious. They're modifiable. They're quick. They're fun. It also has the Q60 engine. That's true. We like Q60s. Mm-hmm. We like Q60s. Buy a Golf R. I do think I like the Golf Rs. I think they look good. And they're a lot. And they make power pretty easy.
German cars.
I know you don't love German cars.
I like their looks.
More like 320 at most. Yeah, I could see probably only being about 3. My guess for the STI is still coming in like 330 to 337. 330 to 337. But dude, these comments that people are like destroying. Corolla GR looks real appetizing right now. People are destroying Subarus with these. Look, I got a cat on my head. We'll move that over there. Get out from the comments. Thank God I bought my 2021 WRX before this came out. If the STI doesn't have 400 horsepower minimum, this will be a bust. Sorry to disappoint, man. It's going to be a bust. Handbrake, yes. Body cladding, ew. A lot of people have felt that way about the body cladding. I haven't seen anyone say, I like the body cladding.
I have.
Really?
Yeah. I saw one person.
Out of how many people?
I saw one person today.
One person that liked the body cladding.
That guy's cool.
I second the Golf. The Golf R is an awesome car. I want Whistling Diesel to body one of the... I'd like to watch that. So you went from a 2-liter to a 2.4 and only managed to get 3 more horsepower. Really, WRX should be at least 300 horsepower and STI at 350. This is a huge letdown.
Honestly, that reasonably should have been how it was.
Do you think Subaru's going to come out with I don't want to say a rebuttal, but like an explanation at some point? You think they're just going to let it slide and see what happens?
Yeah.
We see.
When have they ever apologized? They don't apologize for what they do as a business.
I know. Ravenchild, appreciate the dono, man. I'm with Matt. I prefer the rice over the German sausage.
Yeah.
Here's what Matt and I were like thinking about earlier. Because Subaru's WRX and STI lineup has never been their main bread and butter for what they sell. It's always been the Outback, the Forester, and the Impreza. Those have always been the 3 main bread and butter cars for what they sell. The WRX and the STI has been their performance lineup for a while. I say I take back my air quotes on that one. I didn't mean to air quote that.
I think nowadays, so the Outback was their most selling car.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure the Crosstrek just passed it up. So now it goes Crosstrek, Outback, Forester.
Okay. All right. Regardless, we're saying that their performance cars have never been their bread and butter for what they sell.
Yeah.
with this, maybe they're trying to. What's the word? What's the word I'm
What are
looking
you talking
for?
about? What we were talking about earlier?
Yeah, where they're trying to maybe eliminate it by like reducing sales by making it a flop.
They're trying to kind of Trojan horse themselves into
Nixing it.
yeah.
Maybe getting
so
rid
what
of
if
it.
we release what they want, but it's not what they want at all, and then they don't sell, and then the higher ups that actually just want to pursue like the normal commuter cars,
Econo cars?
yeah,
Yeah.
the higher ups that are in control of that then go, well, guys, this last ditch effort didn't work. Looks
It's
like
not
we're gonna have to get
selling.
rid of it. When in reality, it's like, no, everybody wanted it. You just didn't give us what we wanted
Well, they're not listening.
at all.
They're not listening. Subaru's demographic for the WRX and STI owners has always been a very niche group of people. And it seems like they're taking their surveys from customers from ones who own Crosstreks, Foresters, Outbacks, Imprezas, the ones that are not in the correct demographic, and they're trying to take those surveys and apply them to the WRX and the STI. Maybe they might be trying to Trojan horse themselves. I mean,
I think it would be...
8's battered right there. H6 STI. Subaru,
Yeah.
do it! I'm doing it! It's not impossible. If I can do it, Subaru can do it. If I can do it in a garage, Subaru can do it. It's just, I don't know, man. I don't know. Subaru, please make a video explaining this. Hey, see, look at that. They're not going to. They're not going to. Just make an Impreza Sport and an STI then. That's another option.
Mm-hmm.
They could just completely kill off the WRX and only do the STI. Or just do the WRX STI. We'll call it whatever they want. But, I don't know. Subaru needs to pull a Mitsubishi and kill it off before it's too late. And that's something we were talking about earlier. Like, maybe they should. Like, the STI and the WRX have been a very long-running car. What, 25, 30 years now? Something along those lines with the JDM models from, what, 90, 91, 92, whatever year it came out? I don't know. Is there a point where you can... How far are you trying to milk it? They don't do World Rallycross anymore. Do they? They don't. Pretty sure they pulled out of that.
They do rally. They don't
rally, but they don't do WRC.
They don't do rally cross anymore because now it's dominated by smaller hatches and stuff. So
Well, maybe they should go back to a hatch. I liked the hatches. I've had like 4 hatches. I like them.
they'd have to make a smaller car.
There's nothing wrong with that. Go back to like a
But
GR
I
style.
think they're already working on that with the other car they're working on with Toyota. Could be the mini car that competes in.
If they're coming out with a mini car Toyota that's supposed to be competing in World Rallycross, why would they continue to push the WRX then?
So kill it. Make it look like shit. Release it and make it look like crap.
I don't
so everybody
know.
hates it.
Getting the new
buys
BRZ over the new WRX, huge disappointment. Honestly, for the power to weight ratio in the BRZ is a lot better than that in the WRX. WRX makes 43 more horsepower than the new BRZ. Same engine with a turbo. Oh, dude, I'm curious on something. I'm curious. What year did the Ascent come out? 2021 or 2020?
2019.
2019. All right, we'll say 2020. Subaru Ascent horsepower. How much horsepower does the Ascent make?
260.
You're telling me the WRX makes 11 more horsepower than an Ascent? 11 more horsepower.
I'm going to be honest. That seems pretty good now that you look at it because they're both FA24 turbos, and that thing's a mammoth.
The thing is a mammoth.
So the fact that the small little WRX makes 11 more horsepower than the most giantest Subaru ever made, it's not bad.
Subaru's already come out with an access port for the Ascent. I don't think it has a ton of like customizable parameters yet, but if they've already come out with an access port for this, I guarantee you there's going to be one out for the WRX within 6 months of its release. Guarantee it. This make me love my 12 hatch even more. I'm a hatch fan. I like hatches. Maybe you know something we don't with all the EPA crackdowns on mods in the news and the huge push to go electric. Maybe they're just throwing this. Well, they're doing the Solera. Is it the Solera or the Solstice? What is it? The electric Subaru? Solterra. Thank you. We need the Levorg STI in the U.S. like now. Totally agree. I'd buy one instantly if they came out with the Levorg. The Levorg was a masterpiece. It's beautiful. I don't know how to spell it, so don't overly judge the spelling on this. Levorg. Levorg Subaru. If they brought this to the United States, I guarantee you, nix the WRX completely. Kill the WRX and give me this. Give me that. I like that.
Car.
I like that.
Yeah.
Why can't we have that?
See, I would sell mittens for that. I wouldn't sell Chewy, but I'd sell mittens for that.
I couldn't bring myself to get rid of the 05 or the 17, but I would buy that.
I'd find a way.
I would
I'd park it
buy
somewhere
this.
new.
That is a good example of something done right. Like, that looks good. It's sleek. I don't mind the tiny headlights on it. I call them put a set of wheels on there, lower it a little bit, add a little bit of like maybe some side skirt extensions, maybe a front lip. Boom, beautiful. Add a sunroof too, because I'm a sunroof dude. The moonroof like you have in your Outback. Oh, perfection. Ravenchild, we need the Levorg, man. We
do.
How?
What's crazy is you didn't
Subaru.
have to design a new car. Everybody
You
in
already
America,
had it.
Everyone in America has been wanting that.
Yes.
If you listen to the people, they've wanted the wagon.
Very happy I own a 2018. Oh my god, I like that a lot. See, that looks good.
Yeah,
That
and
looks
that's a
good.
real car.
That is a real thing. Subaru made this and they sell this in Japan. There it is.
It hurts my feelers.
I would buy this in a heartbeat. Kill the WRX, bring this over as a WRX. You don't have to call it a Levorg. You can call it whatever you want.
I will buy a boat
Call it a WRX wagon. I don't care.
and sneak it over.
Going to pull an 08 again and fix it next year. Ooh, save the 08. Save the hatchbacks. I like the hatchbacks. Save the hatches. 2015 to 2021 WRX looks so nice. I like him. I own a 17, so I'm a little biased about it, but I like him. Levorg only has a 1.8 liter engine. Okay, then put the 2.4 liter in there like they've been wanting to do. Call it a WRX, and then we have a WRX wagon for the United States. There it is. Make it left-hand drive. Boom. Done. They didn't have to go to the extent of redesigning and building a car from scratch. Subaru of America, Subaru as a company, if you ever see this, just bring the Levorg. That's all we want.
We want wagon.
Fender color matches the body. See? It looks so much better. And look, they still have the very, like, octagonal fenders, which the new WRX has. And it looks good one color. This looks good one color. They have the same little, like, table tray back there.
Not quite as pronounced.
Not quite as pronounced, but...
Oh, man.
Hold up.
Go to that one.
That one?
Even from the angle we thought looked terrible on the WRX, the Levorg.
Here, let me
looks
pull up the new WRX. 2022...
20
2050. Oh, we're living in the future out here.
2022.
Oh, I did it again,
in the year
dude.
2,900,000.
2022 WRX. I just want to compare the looks of the... They look fairly similar.
That's about the same angle.
Looks Levorg, big white shoe. I'll wear that shoe. I'll get in that shoe. We can't have nice things. The gauge cluster has boost now on it now. Ooh, Levorg and add plastic fenders. Don't add the plastic fenders. Don't do this. Okay, if people want the plastic clad fenders, make it an option.
Hey, I'm gonna be honest. I don't think the black plastic fenders would look too bad on the Levorg.
I think it wouldn't look bad because it's white.
Yeah.
These only look decent on white because it adds a nice contrast. Electric Shock! Appreciate that on, man. When the 2015 came out, everyone hated it so much. Do you think in 7 years people will like this one too?
Yes.
Yes, I do. I think in a year to a year and a half, people will love this car.
Yeah.
Because I think it'll grow on them. However, I see a lot of missed opportunity. I just see missed opportunity that Subaru could have done to make it that much better. Like, all right, so here we have a 2021 WRX. I like that. I think that looks good.
You're used to it, though.
I know, I'm used to it, and I have
So that's
one, so I'm biased. But that...
That does look more aggressive.
Not this.
Now that we've been looking at this for an hour, I gotta change my opinion completely.
I don't think it looks more aggressive.
I love the tabletop booty.
I think this looks more
And
aggressive.
the 2D taillights are sweet.
All right. In your guys' opinion, what do you think looks more aggressive? We'll say 2017 to 2021 WRX STI, or this?
Stop showing the shitty one, though. You gotta go right here.
Fine, I'll go to that one.
No, show the white one. Fuck that.
No, we're going
Orange
orange.
looks stupid. Don't go orange.
Why? Subaru
Show
has
white.
been pushing orange so
Yeah,
much.
that's just
Fine.
there
We'll
you
go with that one.
That or that.
P for peanuts. I don't know. What is in my search history for P? I think it's... I don't know.
Are you not gonna just check?
I don't know. We can check. Where's coming up under P? Full pirate ship, PayPal, Pinterest, pizza near me, Petco! Pizza Hut! There you go. There's my search history for P.
Pirate shit.
Pirate shit.
Pizza Hut. Welcome to
No, Echo, stop!
Don't order
Echo,
pizza.
stop! Stop!
Stop.
Don't order. Don't do that. All right. Everyone is saying, all right, 21, VA, 2020. All right, so there's one vote for 2022 that I've seen. VA WRX 21, 15 plus all day. 2013, I see some GCs in there. VA WRX more aggressive. The 2022 is more aggression with cladding. Okay, 2022 if honest. Some people think this looks more aggressive. I think that looks more aggressive.
I personally think the 2022 does look more aggressive.
I don't think so. I think this looks more... Why? Why?
There's less lines to it. The front on the VA is more square. And there's less cutouts. I mean, there's more angles and everything going on. There's obviously more aero just naturally adapted into it. Is it better for aftermarket support? Probably fucking not. But it's not... I mean, if you click back to the white, the cutout around the headlights, making the headlights smaller, making the grille more pronounced.
This?
Everything is more like
Hold
choppy.
up. Wait a minute. Did they make the headlights smaller so they can make the grille bigger?
Yeah. And it's kind of the way they're going with everything.
Yeah, I know. Everyone's
They're
doing
shrinking
it.
headlights on all of it.
I don't know. I still think this looks more
Then
aggressive.
if you look at the back, so the front, because now that if we're analyzing everything, the VA having just that swept arch across the top of the car.
This flows better in my opinion.
But if you go back to the
than
other,
the angle of this just looks more like you said, fastbacky.
Yeah.
If I
Stop going to the orange. I'm sick of looking at it.
well, I'm only on the orange to show this angle. Okay, I'm only on the orange to show this angle. If you were to where's my face right here? Let me cover that. If you look at it like this, that reminds me of a Mach-E Mustang.
Yeah.
That reminds
You just
me.
ruined it for me again.
That looks like a Mach-E Mustang to me.
I think it looks kind of like a really, really angular Beetle.
Okay, now let's do. Where'd that picture of the other one go? This one right here. Now, I don't see Mach-E Mustang on that one.
I see Corolla. So
I also see Corolla.
I almost see Prius if it didn't have
I mean, yeah, I can see
side,
Prius
so now
also.
we're bashing VA.
Okay, you know, it's whatever. It's whatever. There's no safe zones here.
No.
I have the white one back up for you. The back looks narrow. It does look a little bit narrow. You just got to see one lowered. I have seen one lowered. I don't think...
The back on this looks... I mean, it's naturally with how the rear of the trunk and the
You just ruined it.
rear window area...
Mach-E sadly look awesome in person. I haven't seen a Mach-E in person.
Neither have I. But that rear fender is definitely wider. Now, I don't know if that's just because of the shape of the back of the car going skinnier,
Yeah.
or if it's actually a
Blue
wider
07, you about to get
footprint.
muted, my friend. Don't do... Oh! Fox! Fox! I can't keep up. Thank you, Fox. Round of applause to Fox. 07 Blue STI, to answer your question, we don't know when the STI is coming out. All right, you don't got to post the question 100 times in the chat, man. Come on. Aftermarket will end up saving the 2022 WRX most likely. Subi Speed, what do you got? We both know Subi Speed's going to come out with all their OLM stuff for this. OLM fender flares. OLM front flip.
I think Nameless was saying whoever pre-orders these first and gets it to them, they'll get a whole bunch of free stuff.
Probably for R&D. Also, Plumber, appreciate the dono, man. I could see that. I can see... Yeah, that would be, I mean, I don't know. I'm curious to see how it sounds. I've heard the BRZ sound clips. I don't think it sounds beautiful. I think it sounds okay. I think it sounds like an FA.
I mean, that's a factory car, though.
Yeah, no,
It's
but...
a factory VA without any exhaust work or anything.
I know, but as... When you think of Subaru, when a lot of people think of Subaru, before this, they thought of, like, unequal length header, raw, aggressive, big wing looking Subaru thing. It seems like it, I don't know, it just doesn't seem like the same car to me. Another hatch or wagon would have been perfect. I'm just saying, it's not too late, Subaru. It's not too late! Bring it back! GR Corolla is better. I'd buy a GR Corolla. The Gazoo Racing. I want the Yaris. I want the GR Yaris. That would be a fun car. Front end, the cladding needs to go. Also, the rear end bumper is nope for me. I agree. The rear... Matt...
Right there. Let's see how far it sticks out.
I'd call that a solid...
That's a big weird.
This is weird.
That's really flat. Where the
it is. It
taillights
ends at like straight up. It's got no dimension. It's got no dimension to it. No dimension. Look, hey, they kept that little piece right there.
Yeah.
They kept that little piece. Brakes. They didn't mention anything about Brimbos going on this one.
Nope.
At all. So I'm curious if they're going to offer a Brembo option. I could see my grandparents getting into one of these.
The good news is you have 20% more torsional.
Look at that, Christian! Bring back the Baja!
Bring back the Baja!
Everyone wants the Baja. Yes, the Yaris GR OP. That's what I'm saying. I'd get a Yaris GR. Are the rods stronger in the FA24? No, probably not. How much power did Prime Motoring make on that Ascent FA24?
I thought they made like 5.
They might have.
They did pretty good on it.
They might have.
So, I mean, I don't know.
But see, here's the thing. You can do a couple, like, dyno pulls on it, but how long is it going to last?
Actually, I don't think they've had a failure point on the stock FA24 yet. Because the FA20 has the issue with the rods. These are the same design.
Yeah, they're offset rods.
But they may have learned from the issues and weak points and strengthened certain areas of them.
Aftermarket could take care of a lot of the downsides. I'm hoping they do. Who thought it was a good idea to add cladding? I bet you it's because they're cheap.
I'll be honest, the more I look at it, the more I...
The more you what?
The more I kind of dig the cladding on the white one.
I don't like... On the white one, it doesn't look terrible, but it reminds me...
I would have to only buy a white one.
Okay, here you go, Matt. You like the cladding?
Stop! You ruined it again!
You like the cladding?
Stop!
You love it?
Stop showing me the angry pumpkin! Dude, did they purposely just market the orange because they were like, it's pumpkin spice
Here you go.
season?
It doesn't look terrible on gray, but only because it blends in.
Yeah.
That's the only reason. That looks better. It doesn't look a lot better, but it looks better. It's just bulgy. It's very bulgy. Where's that other one?
It's just a weird... I'll be honest, now that we've been looking at it for so long...
We've been looking at this car for an hour and a half.
And all day.
And all day. It looks like a wilderness edition.
It does look like a wilderness edition. Yes.
It is.
Yes, it is. It is like Subaru Wilderness got a hold of the plans last second, and they were like, we think it'll fit in a lot more with all the other cool stuff we've been releasing if you just put cladding all over the damn thing.
I know how to make it look better. Boom.
Yes.
Better. Instantly better.
Sick.
I just don't understand why they're pushing the orange so much. They did the tangerine orange in... Like, that's not a terrible photo of it. It doesn't look awful.
When was the orange? 2013?
2013, because they did the tangerine orange for the WRXs and the
WRX,
STIs.
100 STI or something?
Yeah, I think it was like 300 WRX or something. Guys, I figured this out. This is the revival of the early Pontiac Aztec. Where's World Rally Blue? So they haven't actually advertised a single WRX and World Rally Blue yet, which makes us think that maybe it's only an STI color. Maybe. Or maybe they're killing it. Maybe they're killing World Rally Blue.
No.
Well, they don't... They will... I don't know.
No, they can't kill World Rally Blue.
I don't know.
I mean, they haven't shown very many colors at all yet.
They've shown
because
orange.
Is the white one...
They've shown
was
orange,
that actually
gray,
a
white.
Subaru one, or did somebody, like...
I didn't see it in Subaru's video. I only saw orange and gray.
Yeah. So I'm thinking the white one might just be somebody...
21 WRX value to the moon. I don't think it's gonna affect the VA prices at all. A big shiny radiator wouldn't look bad behind those 2022 girls. What about a big intercooler? I'm sorry for asking over and over, but I've waited for 14 years for a new STI. Please forgive me. No worries, 07 Blue. Just don't spam the chat. Appreciate the dono also, dude. Subaru hasn't released any information on when we're supposed to see the next or the revision of the STI come out. I'm guessing January to March is probably when they're going to release something.
The STI?
Yeah, the STI.
I think the STI we won't hear about until essentially this time next year.
You think it'll be a year before we see the STI?
It'll be a 2023.
Yeah,
they'll release it.
Oh, I could see that.
It'll be a 2023, so they'll run this one. They're going to run this one. They're going to get actual feedback on how people felt about this.
Well, also, here's the thing. Subaru can only do so much testing on a track. Most of the feedback they get from problems or mechanical issues are from consumers after they've bought the cars, and then the problems start going back to the dealership. This is why a lot of you guys ask me in videos and live streams if you should buy the brand new WRX or brand new STI when it first comes out. I always tell you guys no. Wait 6 to 8 months for it to come out. People are going to buy it. It's going to have issues. Subaru's going to do recalls, TSBs. Look at the 15 to 17s. They had throwout bearing issues, can carrier leaks, pitch stop welds cracking. Look at older 08 to 08, I think it was only 08 and 09s. Firewall welds cracking. It's always whenever they do revisional changes to a chassis or to the engine that issues happen, and then they work them out within the next year or so. I just don't suggest buying. If you want this car, give it 6 months after it's been released. Give it 6 months.
I'd even wait for the next year.
The 2023?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
if normally they'll have recalls for the entire first year.
Yeah, they're going to have recalls. They're going to have TSBs.
And then there's a bin split on them.
How fast do you think they're going to have an airbag recall on this?
I don't think they will.
Really? Every Subaru I've ever had airbag recall.
If they have any type of airbag system recall, it may be for the passenger seat.
New plastic fenders will make it easier to wide body. I mean, an angle grinder or a die grinder will make it easy to wide body too. You're not going to be able to wide body this though. Here's the thing: a lot of people are saying hey, you can just remove the fenders and wide body it. There's probably sheet metal that comes down under this that you're gonna have to cut off if you genuinely want to wide body or flare this car. These are not fender flares. Let me tell you that. They don't make the car much more wider than maybe a millimeter or two. They don't stick out.
They're just styling cues.
Yeah, they're just for styling. So if you're wanting to fender flare wide body, you're still going to have to cut that fender up to be able to get a wider stance on there. Also, Ravenchild, appreciate the dono, man. Bro, your pen clicking is giving me golden... Pen's gone. Sorry about that, dude. Electroshock, appreciate that, no man. 2015 STI was revealed 2 months after the WRX was. We'll see. We'll see what it does. I mean, we'll see when they bring it out. I mean, I would like them to bring it out sooner than later, but I also have a feeling that Subaru's going to see a lot of the feedback they're getting on this and go back to the drawing board with some changes on the STI. Yeah. At least, we'll see. We'll see on that one.
It would be smart for them to do that.
EJ's hold power, FA's done. I'd wait 2 to 4 years. I promise they're gonna do a facelift. I guarantee that. What, the 2023 WRX can have no plastic cladding? Mm-hmm. It probably have none. They're probably gonna be all right. They're probably gonna have low sales figures the first generation.
Well then, okay. My thing, the only two they've actually shown that I've seen released from Subaru is the black or gray one.
Yeah, and this orange.
And this orange one.
Yeah. What if those are the only colors?
Both they have. I think they are.
You think
for the GT model?
You think they're gonna do color specific for the model?
Yeah.
I could see that.
No, it's just like this Series Gray or any of those.
Smedia, will you make a different video explaining differences between EJ and FA engines? I mean, there's a lot. Maybe at some point. 07 Blue, appreciate the dono, man. I was one of the first with the new 2006 STI, and in 1 week my engine mounts broke. LOL, you guys are probably right. That's what I'm saying. Every time Subaru does a major change or major release on things, it has problems. It's just and if this one doesn't, I will be impressed. But it's just in Subaru's track record and their history that they just have issues.
You can only simulate so much without real world testing.
Yeah, things are gonna happen. Can you make an FA sound good? No. I'm sorry, that was rude. You can. I mean, FAs don't sound awful, but I don't think they sound good. I don't think it's a good sounding engine.
I'll wait and see. I haven't heard much.
I've heard of FA24 and a BRZ. I've heard FA20s on. I've heard so many straight piped FA20 WRXs that it just absolutely made my ears bleed too many times. Those cars are stupid loud in the first 15 seconds when EGR and everything's pumping everything through.
So what I want to see, because this is literally day one.
This is day one.
And we've seen other pictures that look peculiarly...
WRX GT is auto only?
Close, yeah. So
isn't that the highest trim?
Kind of. It's like an offset trim. It's like the Impreza Sport.
Gotcha.
Where it's you get the Sport and it's a high trim.
What happened to just
or you
base
get
premium limited? What just happened to that? It made it easy.
They make all these other... Because they have to make the fun spin-offs. But... So I'm wondering which now, if it is the CVT...
No! Do not put unequal length headers on your FA20. Don't do it.
Tomei, where are you
I'm
at?
going to say it once, and we're going to continue. All right. EJ guys are snobs. Wow. Well, it's a good thing I have
So
EGs and EJs.
I'm interested to see if the cladding and everything else changes with the trim level.
That hurt. That stung. I've had 5 FA20s, 6 FA20s actually. That stung. I've had more FA20s than I need. All right. Hey, wait, hold up. What's that screen name say? It's my favorite screen name.
Your girlfriend's boyfriend.
That's my favorite screen name. Child support took the rest, but I like the cladding because I actually unofficial amateur rally. See that? I think that's a good target for the cladding. And Matt and I talked about that earlier. With the cladding, it's good for it's targeted toward like overlanding, off-roading.
Yeah. And that's where we were saying that potentially this could be a style cue to make it differentiate more from the STI when it comes out. And make the STI kind of the like road warrior, whereas the WRX is the one that is more rally inspired.
I'm sorry, Christian's killing me. Everyone put unequal length headers on your FAs. You're an adult. You can do whatever you want.
Do it.
Do it.
Do it.
STI in 2023. I mean, that's what Matt and I are thinking.
Yeah.
We'll see when it actually comes out. FA guys have a track record for STI wings. Oh my god. Let's not poke and stab FA, EJ, WRX, STI. Let's not. They're two entirely different cars. Two entirely different things. It grows on me. White is better. Black maybe even better. I will say the white one does look better than the orange.
I think the white is the best color
so
far that I've seen. With
well,
the cladding,
we've only seen 3 colors.
I actually like the white one.
I
I think that looks good. Wholeheartedly, I think it looks good.
I mean,
Even just how it is in that picture. I like that.
in that picture.
In that picture.
Lower it a little bit.
From that angle.
Lower it a little bit.
Exactly.
Paint the side skirts. Do side skirt extensions like STI side skirt ones on there. Put a front lip on it. I don't think it would look terrible. Different wheels. I hate those wheels, actually. That's the only thing.
I'm trying to picture this after somebody gets their hands on it and puts the red pinstriping around the stuff, and then like.
Okay, all right. Here's what I'm envisioning. Here's what I'm envisioning. Someone's gonna bag it. It's gonna be on like VSXXs or VSKFs or something along those lines.
How are you gonna bag it when you can't roller pull the fenders? Okay, go on. No,
I can't envision now. You ruined it.
No, keep going. It's gonna be bagged and then.
Okay, bagged VSX KF. I could see it like as a Stancy Boy car, or I could see it on the opposite end of the spectrum. Also, 07 Blue ST, I appreciate the dono, my friend. Or I could see it on the opposite end of the spectrum. Maybe some wider wheels. Maybe they do wide body it or flare it a little bit. Add a GT wing. Maybe they just... I'm curious to see what the STI wing is actually going to look like on this one now that we talk about it. Because every time they do an STI wing, it changes.
It's going to look like the blue one right there.
Do you think it'll look like that? That looks like a VA wing. That looks identical to a VA STI wing. I think it's going to have some revisions to it.
It looks kind of funny.
It looks kind of funny. The black plastic side skirts make my eyes bleed. Please see a doctor if your eyes are bleeding from those.
I think it'd be cool if they went back to the more square style.
It's just this angle, like this
But
from the A pillar or the B pillar back. I think could use a little fine tuning.
Dude, what if the STI wing does some weird shit where it goes down the side shelf, wraps over onto it, and then comes up?
What if the STI wing looks like this?
The STI wing does already.
Yeah, I know, but I'm talking about with the style. Look at the rear end of
where it'll
this.
come over the side more.
From here
I don't think it looks the same.
up. I'm just talking about this portion right here, from wing to taillight. Wing to taillight. That's all I'm talking about here. Because is this a sedan or a hatch?
It's a hatch.
Is this a hatch? Yeah. Is this a trunk? Is it a liftgate?
I
the whole glass comes up?
I personally thought the new Civic Type R should have been the new RSX.
Yeah. Okay, we're looking at Hondas now. We need to go back.
Dope.
We need to go back. Get away from the Hondas.
Dope.
Are there any other pictures that I haven't seen of this thing? I think we've gone down the rabbit hole. I do think there's positives with the car. I think the FA24 is going to be.
Would you have rather had
that? The wheels are way too big, but I do like this. I don't like the Infinity headlights, but I like this a little bit better. This front end a little bit better. I think the FA24 is going to be a highly tunable platform once the bugs are worked out of it. I think once people start modifying it, it'll look a lot better. Keep in mind,
wings gonna get cladding. Just wait.
Do you actually hold up? Do you think the STI is going to have cladding?
No, I don't.
You think it's going to be?
I think the STI is going to have some different stuff going on. Actually, that does. Now that I see
It comes out of decent
light
ways.
on it, it does come out.
It comes out of decent ways. I don't know. Wait, have we been looking at a Civic the whole time?
Oh crap!
Oh no.
Wait a second. The WRX reveals tomorrow. Damn it!
This is the new Civic. God, they took so many design bits from that. It's so obvious. They did. I mean, there's a lot of. If you look at any cars on the market, it's not just Subaru. If you look at a lot of car manufacturers nowadays, they pick and pull styling aspects from a lot of different companies. But I think Subaru went pretty deep into the Honda realm.
I think the main thing we have to understand here is any car that's designed isn't designed by, say, Subaru, but it's designed by a team of people revolving around a sole individual with an idea. And we need to find out that guy's name and go beat him up.
This comment here, from Holton here. If the FA24 has port fuel and DI, it'll be amazing for power. It's not. I don't think it's going to. FA24 in the Ascent is only direct injection, correct?
They've already announced that this one does have the...
It has dual, so it's got the Toyota D4S system where it has port and direct injection.
I could have sworn I saw that somewhere.
What?
I don't think I just made that up. Unless I was looking at...
Port, backslash...
I could actually be wrong.
Could you be wrong? If it has port
Because
and
I was
direct
also
injection...
looking at the BRZ a lot.
If it has port and direct, then it'll be... Plumber, appreciate the dono, man. And also, 07 Blue, how can I make the new STI redesign sound just like my 2007 STI with a deep authentic boxer rumble? Unequal length headers, but I don't advise anybody put unequal length headers on any FA car. I just don't advise it. Anyway, why you won't get a boring 2.4 liter turbo. This is July 23rd, 2020. There's no actual accurate information from any of this. Okay, so nothing has actually been said about it. If the new WRX has direct injection and port injection, I think it'll be a lot more tuner friendly. If it just has direct injection, I can foresee it running into the same problems that the FA20 does.
We can find out just by looking at the engine. They've already released pics.
That is true. Let's see, 2022 WRX.
I don't think it did.
Engine. Engine bay. Show me a picture, Google. Boom. I don't think we're going to be able to zoom in enough on this to be able to see. Where are we on this?
Scott Speed!
Don't get me started. Okay, so I want to click on this. Okay. Hold up. Let me... Magnification.
Oh my god. Hold on. Enhance.
I can't... Enhance.
Enhance.
I can only enhance so much. Is it gonna... I don't think it's going to get any clearer than that, dude.
Enhance.
I can't. That's as much as it's going to do.
Enhance.
Okay, right here. That's as much as we're going to get. I don't think... I see direct injection only. I'm guessing it's direct injection only. Where's the high pressure fuel pump? It's probably right here. I'm guessing it's direct injection only. I don't think it's port and direct injection. Tanner, what creates phantom knock on a stock car? Are you getting phantom knock? Port injection, it to the moon. Please have it. See, if it has port injection, I think it'll be highly tunable. Plumber, I mean, what is it? Like 100% stock, tune, stock, everything? How do you know you're getting phantom knock? How do you know you're getting knock? How do you know? What is all done? Guarantee it's just direct injection. Yeah, Bader thinks it's DIT also only. I think it's only DIT. I don't think they're going to add port injection. I don't think they'd add... If they did this with Toyota, I think it would have the D4S system, but they didn't.
They're probably not licensed to use it in anything other than their joint
Other than the BRZ. I don't think they can put it in anything else for legality reasons. But even when I had the FA20 and the BRZ and we turbocharged it, technically after I got my E-Tune, that car ran beautifully, but when I took it to the tuner, they were having so many issues with the port injection, direct injection, trying to swap over between the two of them, which maybe it was just, I don't know, some injector scaling or whatever, but with this, I guarantee it's going to be direct injection only. However, I don't think port injection will be available for this for a while. Look at IBR. IBR recently came out with a manifold for port injection. The secondary standalone controller for the port injection. What's with the AC line? That's what I was saying. It's weird that it's like they pushed it back and they I don't know what's going on here.
That's how it is
on the Ascent.
I'm not sure why they did it. If it's
what's with this weird
or
canister though? Like, what is the point of this?
It's like a...
I don't know.
I don't remember.
I don't know. When are the hoodies going to come back in stock? We sold out of the mint and the Pika ones, but we're going to do a limited drop on those ones again in a couple weeks for those who didn't get a chance to snag one. They should do a direct port injection setup, a dual setup. I think if Subaru went to the extent of getting the license from Toyota to use the D4S system on the WRX, it would be a much more widely accepted platform, and it would make power a lot easier because you can easily swap back and forth between the DI and the port injection. Because that's what everyone runs into with the port or the direct injection only, is it's limiting. You can only go so far with the direct injection system. Like I tell everyone, if you're contemplating on getting a WRX or an STI, if you want like a car that's like 400 horsepower and below, get a WRX. If you want something that's 400 horsepower and above, get an STI with an EJ. I don't know how this is going to play a factor in that in the coming like year and a half or so. Maybe there's some like magical revision they did to this where this is going to make power like fathoms better than the FA20. I don't know. I don't know what Prime Motoring did for their fueling system. Maybe they added port injection and the standalone controller for it.
Yeah, I haven't looked into that too much.
I don't know. I haven't looked too much into what Prime Motoring did. I don't know how much information they've actually released on it. But I know that they were playing with these. And they announced a couple weeks ago that they were stopping development on EJ stuff and moving development to FA24 stuff. So, I mean, I'm curious to see what they're going to end up doing as well. Or with whatever they can find. With EPA, Subaru isn't going to do port injection. DIT has proven to be much more efficient. That is also true.
Yeah.
EPA plays a huge role on it. We can all agree it looks a little rough, but I think it might grow. I guarantee you it'll grow on people. 100% guarantee you.
No, like, yeah, we're dogging it pretty bad right now just because we're being hypercritical.
Well, it's good feedback if Subaru sees this.
And this is a fun video to make because we can watch it back a year from now when we suddenly like the car.
Yeah, I guarantee you everyone in
laugh about
everyone in the chat and us are going to look at like modified ones in a year from now. We're going to be like, "What? Why were we doing this?"
Yeah, why did I hate
Well,
this?
I don't think in a year from now I'm going to change my perspective on the power bump from the engines, the different engine. I don't think that's going to change unless it drastically makes more power.
Nothing like
from
that.
stock to
I'm
stock.
also never going to admit I like the hemorrhoid rear bump.
Fox, just going to drop 20K into my budget, buy FRS and make it a beast. Do it. Do it. Do it.
Fully support it.
I fully support it. I absolutely hate it. All right. A lot of people feel that way. All my homies hate EPA. I don't think a lot of people like.
We need some positivity, guys. In the chat, tell us one thing you like about it.
Hey, come on, everybody. Let's throw some positivity at it.
Let's try and get it out there.
Let's pull up a picture of it and let's throw some positivity.
Everybody, we gotta stop being so negative up here.
I'll start.
Get off that rear end. Go back to the white one I like.
I can't find it.
Go back. Go back.
We've gone too far.
Okay, everybody name something you like about it.
I like that it has windows. It has windows.
Okay, somebody, just one thing.
Better interior. There we go. There we go.
Better interior.
Actually, I do like that. Oh no, the Recaros only come with the CVT. I was gonna say I actually do like that they come standard with the Recaros,
I like the
but they don't.
Recaro-inspired non-Recaros that don't come with the
They're
CVT.
not actually Recaro. Nothing. It's not a
FA24,
Ford.
not
Love
bad.
the white quarter. Okay, there we go. Mm-hmm. There we go.
All right.
There we go.
I do like the hood scoop. The fact that it's removable, you could easily have like an extended one on there.
I like the
Subaru.
I like the Subaru badge. I like that it comes with a boxer engine. Big screen. Okay. Everyone has their own hood scoop. They kept the hood scoop.
New colorways.
The headlights. I actually don't mind the headlights. The fog lights. Look at that. See, there's stuff. There's stuff. Ooh, I
guys see this? We're all coming
wait,
together as a community.
wait. I just saw something that somebody posted in here that I actually really liked. Carbon fiber replacements for the over fenders.
Yes!
Yes! There we go! Look at that!
The whole thing!
Look at that!
God, I love it now. You know what?
Okay, alright. Now that we've all named something we like, now let's all name something we hate.
No, don't.
Why?
We've already spent
No.
Naming something
Just
we hate.
one thing. If you could change one thing about that car, Matt, what would it be? If you guys could change one thing about this WRX, only one thing, what would it be? And don't say everything.
I'm going to say the one thing I hate the most about this car, even on this white one, is that ugly ass rear bumper.
I like where you're going with that. For me, it's going to be cladding. Get rid of the cladding. Just remove the cladding. We're going race car. I like the sunroof. I hate the wheels. I also hate the wheels.
Yeah.
Bad review gone good. Ride height. I hate the taillights. I don't like the taillights.
Hold on. Now I don't know if we're mentioning what we hate or like.
This is dislike. If you could change
name.
If you could change one thing on the car. I hate
rear end. Okay, yes.
Okay, look at that.
Rear end.
It's not a hybrid yet. You want it to be a hybrid? Put in EJ
They were
in
talking
it.
about the STI potentially being a hybrid.
I mean, that could go very well if they execute it right.
Yeah.
If they execute it right, it could go very well. The booty. I hate the lead designer. You think he's in hiding?
I don't know.
I don't know either. Yeah, the cross-track thickness? The cross-track thickness? It's interesting. I don't know.
Thick boy.
I don't know. We've been going for almost 2 hours now. I think we're gonna bring this one to a close. Overall, I mean, I do think there's positives with the car. I think in a year after it's been released, everyone's gonna love it. I think the modified aftermarket community is gonna make it better. Personally, I wouldn't buy this car. It's not my cup of tea, especially for the price range. There's other cars that I'd personally rather buy. Plus, I already have 2 STIs. I don't need to buy another WRX or STI. But I do think there's a lot of missed opportunities on Subaru's end. I think they need to listen to the community a little bit more aside from just taking wherever they're getting their information from, take a couple steps back. Like,
I mean, I really like the whole talking about carbon fiber replacement.
I mean, the carbon fiber replacements, yeah, if they actually like figure it out, but I don't know. This has been a fun live stream. I don't know where we're going with this at this point, but everyone's gonna have their own personal opinion on it. I guarantee you, in a year, people are gonna start liking it more. I'm not saying that everyone's going to like it because there are people who hated the VA, who still hate the VA. I hated the VA when it came out, and I have a VA. Like it
And
is.
I'll say, like I said before, this white one right here, from this angle,
Why buy this over
chef's
the?
kiss.
Why buy this over the current one? I can't say buy this over the current one. Personally, I'd say buy the current one. Like from a factual standpoint and a financial standpoint, you can get a cheaper one for less. That is pretty much damn near the same car. Pretty much damn near the same car, with the exception of a 2-liter versus 2.4, but we've all seen that the 2.4 liter only has 3 more horsepower, so I don't know. We'll see what the aftermarket does with it. We'll see when Cobb comes out with an access port and they make access tuner available for this. People are going to start going crazy with the car, but for now, I gotta go knock some stuff out in the garage. I hope you guys have enjoyed kicking it here with us, reviewing and kind of looking at this, going over the functionality, the features, talking about the car a little bit. Like I said, we'll see in the next year when it comes out. But anyways, thanks for swinging through, you guys. I appreciate all the donos. As always, you guys always kill it every single time. First live stream, good energy. Hey, appreciate it, Danny. Thanks for swinging by. But I hope you guys have an awesome weekend. Next upload's going out on Sunday. So with that, I will catch you guys in the next one. Try not to be overly harsh on the car, but I can't really say anything because we just kind of were. But anyways, I'll catch you guys later. Peace out, homies. Woo! And then it's the awkward